ages, under ever-bleeding skies. Two kingdoms forged their hatred where the quiet river lies. One begged only for their peace, yet raised their blades to stand. For home is worth the darkest wrath when war invades your land. The other marched with hunger, fire burning in their claim, to drown the world in conquest, to carve their flag in flame. Year after year the thunder rolled and steel became the rain, and hope grew thin as shadows stretched across the fields of pain. Born of ash and iron, born of blood and cry, in the smoke of battle's furnace where the fallen soldiers lie. He rose like storm and prophecy, unbroken, unafraid, a guardian of the weary, forged the moment he was made. Born of ash and iron, born to fight and born to die. On a crimson-painted morning, as the war drum shook the ground, a soldier screamed in labor while the arrows rained around. A boy carved from the chaos, first breath mixed with the roar, a child of both agony and love, born beneath the war. He trained through dusk and dawning, through the hunger and the cold, a weapon sharpened by despair, a heart already old. He carried every fallen name like armor on his skin. The gods of battle whispered, let the last light start with him. Born of ash and iron, born of blood and cry, in the smoke of battle's furnace where the fallen soldiers lie. He rose like storm and prophecy, unbroken, unafraid, a guardian of the weary, forged the moment he was made. Born of ash and iron, born to fight and born to die. But numbers drown the bravest when the endless tides don't cease, and heroes dim like embers when the world forgets its peace. The armies of the ruthless came with everything they bore, a final strike to end the weak, to silence them forevermore. He stood alone at dawnlight as the battlefield turned red, with every friend behind him, now a whisper with the dead. He shattered down the drawbridge, sealed the kingdom's sacred gate. I'll fall before they take this home, I choose them, not my fate. Through chiefs and kings and warriors he carved a destiny, a tempest crowned in violence, the last hope they'd ever see. Born of ash and iron, born of blood and cry, he stood a wall of fury as the enemy drew nigh. He slew the tide unending till the gods themselves grew still, and at the gate he knelt at last, by courage not by will. Born of ash and iron, born to guard what must survive. They found him cold but smiling, sword buried in the stone. A statue now stands watchful where he made his final throne, a warning carved in silence to all kingdoms far and wide. Peace is gentle, peace is precious, but for peace we will not hide.